Brand voice and visual identity, defining your brand. A strong brand identity serves as the foundation of your company's presence in the marketplace. It encompasses both how you speak to your audience and the visual elements that make your brand instantly recognizable. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore the critical components of brand voice and visual identity, examining how they work together to create a cohesive brand experience that resonates with your target audience and differentiates you from competitors. We'll also look at real world examples of successful brand identities and provide actionable steps for developing or refining your own brand strategy. What is brand voice? Distinct personality. Your brand's unique character and tone expressed through all communications, creating emotional connections with your audience. Perception shaper influences how audiences view and relate to your brand, establishing expectations for every interaction. Trust builder. Consistent voice builds credibility and loyalty across all channels, from social media to customer service. Brand voice represents the consistent expression of your company's personality and values through words. It's how you communicate with your audience across all touchpoints, creating a recognizable and relatable presence that builds trust over time. Key elements of brand voice: language choice, formal versus casual, industry specific terms, consistency, uniform tone across all platforms, values alignment, authentic expression of brand principles. The language you choose defines your brand's personality. Whether formal and authoritative or casual and friendly, your vocabulary should reflect how you want customers to perceive your business. Industry specific terms may position you as an expert, while simpler language might make you more accessible. Consistency across platforms ensures your audience receives the same impression, whether they're reading your website, social media, or packaging. Your voice should be recognizable regardless of the format or channel, creating a seamless brand experience. What is visual identity? Logo and design system, the cornerstone of brand recognition. Color palette evokes specific emotions and associations. Typography communicates brand personality through text. Imagery style, consistent visual approach across platforms. Visual identity comprises all the graphical elements that represent your brand to the world. This integrated system includes your logo, colors, typography, imagery style, and design principles that work together to create instant recognition. When effectively implemented, your visual identity creates a strong impression that differentiates you from competitors in crowded markets. Studies show humans process images 60,000 times faster than text, making visual elements crucial for rapid brand recognition. Components of visual identity: logo guideline, comprehensive rules for logo usage, including minimum sizes, clear space requirements, and approved variations. Full color, monochrome, reversed, includes placement guidance and inappropriate usage examples to maintain brand integrity across all applications. Color psychology, primary and secondary color palette selections based on psychological impact and industry positioning. Include specific color codes, hex, RGB, CMYK, Pantone, for consistent reproduction across digital and print environments. Typography system, hierarchy of typefaces for headings, subheadings, body text, and special applications with specific weight and size guidelines. Rules for spacing, alignment, and formatting that ensure readability while reinforcing brand personality. Each component of your visual identity should be carefully developed with both aesthetic appeal and practical implementation in mind. Comprehensive guidelines ensure consistency even when multiple teams or external partners create branded materials. Crafting a unified brand voice and visual identity. Develop comprehensive guidelines. Create detailed documentation that captures both voice and visual elements, including examples of proper and improper usage to clarify implementation. Foster cross-functional collaboration. Involve marketing, design, product, customer service, and leadership teams to ensure the brand identity serves all touchpoints and business objectives. Conduct regular brand audits. Systematically review all brand expressions quarterly to identify inconsistencies, address drift, and incorporate refinements based on market feedback. Effective brand development requires intentional coordination between verbal and visual elements. The most memorable brands ensure perfect alignment between what they say and how they look, creating a seamless experience that reinforces key brand attributes at every customer touchpoint. Internal alignment is equally important. Ford employees across departments should understand the brand's core identity and have accessible tools to implement it correctly in their specific roles. Strategic importance for businesses. Higher recall 80% percentage increase in brand recall when using consistent presentation. Lucid Press 2024. Revenue boost 23%. Average revenue increase attributed to consistent brand presentation across platforms. Trust factor 64% consumers who cite shared values as primary reason for brand relationships. A well-defined brand identity delivers measurable business value beyond mere aesthetics. Consistent branding leads to stronger recognition, which translates directly to increased consideration during purchasing decisions. Beyond financial metrics, strong brand identity creates emotional connections with customers. When your audience feels aligned with your brand values and personality, they are more likely to become advocates, sharing their positive experiences with others and defending your brand against criticism. Real-world success stories. Apple's minimalist visual approach pairs perfectly with their clear, approachable voice. Product descriptions focus on benefits rather than technical specifications, making complex technology feel accessible to everyone. MailChimp. MailChimp transformed email marketing with their distinctive illustrations and playful conversational tone. Their approach makes technical concepts approachable while maintaining professionalism where it matters. Nike. Nike's bold visual style and inspirational messaging create an instantly recognizable brand that transcends products to represent a lifestyle philosophy centered on achievement and personal excellence. These successful brands demonstrate the power of alignment between visual identity and brand voice. Their consistent application across decades has built enormous brand equity, allowing them to command premium pricing and maintain customer loyalty, even in competitive markets. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Mixed messaging. When brand communications lack consistency in tone and messaging, customers become confused about what the brand stands for, weakening trust and credibility. Solution. Develop clear voice guidelines with concrete examples and conduct regular content reviews to ensure alignment. Visual inconsistency. Fragmented visual presentations across different channels diminish recognition and create the impression of disorganization or lack of attention to detail. Solution. Create accessible design systems with templates and assets that make consistent implementation easy for all team members. Failure to evolve. Brands that don't periodically refresh their identity risk appearing outdated as design trends and communication styles evolve over time. Solution. Schedule regular brand reviews to assess market relevance while maintaining core equities that customers recognize. Even established brands can fall victim to these common pitfalls, particularly as they grow and communications become distributed across more teams and channels. Proactive management of brand assets and regular training are essential preventive measures. Action steps for building your brand identity. Conduct brand audits. Inventory all current brand expressions. Identify inconsistencies across channels. Gather customer perception feedback. Develop brand guidelines, documented voice attributes and examples. Create comprehensive visual system. Include do's and don'ts for clarity. Train teams. Conduct workshops across departments. Create easy to access resource library. Develop approval workflows for consistency. Monitor and evolve. Schedule quarterly brand reviews. Track brand perception metrics. Refine based on market feedback. Building a strong brand identity is an ongoing process rather than a one-time project. Start with thorough assessment of your current state, then methodically develop guidelines that address both voice and visual elements in detail. Success depends on organization-wide adoption, so invest in comprehensive training and accessible resources. Regular monitoring ensures your brand remains consistent while still evolving to meet changing market conditions and audience expectations.